When MC Lyte ended her marriage to John Weish, many people weren't surprised. It almost felt like the union had lasted longer than anyone predicted. Even in their public photos, critics pointed out that the couple never seemed truly connected, as if something was missing from the very beginning. The moment the divorce news surfaced, the gossip machine kicked in. Fans whispered that both Lyte and John were living double lives, while others openly admitted they were more stunned that Lyte married a man at all. For years her sexuality had been the subject of speculation, and some wondered if that played a role in the irreconcilable differences she cited. On the other hand, plenty believed infidelity was the real issue, with John allegedly being unfaithful. The two had met online through Match.com and tied the knot in August 2017, during a lavish ceremony in Jamaica. But by 2020, just 3 years later, Lyte filed for divorce. Reports revealed the marriage had effectively collapsed within 5 months. Even though it officially dragged on for 3 years, Lyte didn't hide her pain. She admitted the process was grueling, and at first she was completely heartbroken. Like many in failing relationships, her first instinct was to fight to fix it. Then came the pressure of trying to hold it together for everyone else, for the family and friends who had celebrated their Montego Bay wedding. Eventually, however, she accepted the harsh truth: it wasn't working. In her words, relationships go through stages when they end. First, it's all about saving it for the couple, then for the loved ones, and finally, you realize you can't save it at all. What mattered most, she said, was finding peace, even if it meant doing so apart. When the divorce news first hit the headlines, many assumed she was already legally free, but in reality, she was still in the middle of proceedings. She admitted those early days were extremely hard, but she eventually realized that walking away doesn't mean you failed. It simply means you chose happiness over ego. According to her, too many people hold on out of pride rather than love, and true strength lies in letting go. The legal split took years to finalize, mainly because John reportedly delayed signing papers. Meanwhile, rumors swirled that he was cheating, living a double life, or even trying to take her money. Lyte eventually stepped in to shut down those claims. In a 2023 Instagram post, she stressed that the divorce was never a financial battle, thanks to a prenup. She also clarified during a Breakfast Club interview that her ex never tried to touch her assets. She kept her music catalog, royalties and personal property, and John had his own things. The gossip about him trying to swindle her, she explained, was just internet talk designed to stir clicks. Lyte also reflected on her music journey, sharing how she first began to earn real money while touring. After buying her first home, she remembered being so broke she used bedsheets for curtains until her next check came in. She stressed that while there's money in music, it comes in waves, and young artists need to be smart with their finances. Even though she sold more than 1 million records, she admitted royalties were slim and called the industry a treacherous game. Still, she was grateful she managed to hold on to her catalog. Despite her efforts to clear John's name, speculation didn't stop. Fans still claimed he was leading a secret double life, while others circled back to long-standing whispers about Lyte herself. For decades, there had been rumors linking her romantically to women, especially Queen Latifah. Lyte has always described Latifah as her sister, someone she trusts completely, but their closeness fueled gossip. Lyte credited Latifah with reshaping how women in hip-hop handled business and admired her artistry and vibrancy. But because the two were nearly inseparable, many assumed their bond was romantic. Latifah's sexuality has also been a frequent topic of speculation, particularly after her role in Set It Off, where she convincingly played a lesbian character. Neither woman entertained those rumors early in their careers, which only made them stronger. But in a 2024 Breakfast Club interview, Lyte once again dismissed the talk, saying their relationship has always been rooted in trust, and nothing more. She admitted the whispers used to bother her, but with time, she learned to shrug them off, saying people would always see what they wanted to see. Lyte pointed out that in the music industry, young artists often get trapped in boxes created by others, forced into identities that may not reflect their truth. For her, people doubted she could look the way she did, and still be genuinely interested in men. She insisted she was far more traditional than the public assumed, and her marriage to John came from a sincere belief in the sanctity of marriage. That's why its collapse was so devastating, because beneath her strong public image, she was still a woman who craved love and stability. Beyond Latifah, whispers also tied Lyte to Jada Pinkett Smith at different points, though nothing was ever confirmed. More recently, however, she put rumors aside and introduced fans to a new love. In early 2023, she went public with tech professional Aaron Johnson. She called him a reflection of her personal growth, admitting she believed she attracted him by becoming a better version of herself. She was in love but cautious, since both of them had been married and divorced before. They weren't rushing down the aisle again. Marriage was possible, but not immediate. What shocked fans most was how different Johnson was from Lyte's past type. Family described him as a ray of sunshine, completely opposite from the roughnecks Lyte once celebrated in her music. She admitted adjusting to his gentler energy took time, but she embraced the change, saying everything felt right. Their happiness seemed mutual, until fans noticed she deleted many of their photos from Instagram, sparking breakup rumors once again. Despite all the gossip, speculation and chatter about her ex, her sexuality, or her current love life, MC Lyte has remained unshakably herself. She's endured heartbreak, embraced growth, and refused to let the world define her. At this point, no one really knows who is living the so-called double life, her or John. But one thing is certain, MC Lyte remains an icon whose story will always spark conversation. What surprised many fans was that Johnson was nothing like the roughneck bad boys Lyte once celebrated in her music. According to her family, he was a ray of sunshine, and the complete opposite of her usual type. Lyte admitted she had to adjust to being with someone so different, but she embraced the softer side of life he brought her. She said everything felt right on the inside, and the feeling was mutual. However, fans recently noticed that Lyte deleted many of their photos together from Instagram, which sparked speculation that they may have split. Over the years, with all the rumors, speculation and gossip, MC Lyte has remained a woman people can't stop talking about. Whether it's whispers about her ex-husband living a double life, questions about her sexuality, or curiosity about her new relationship, she continues to live life on her own terms. She has shown resilience in the face of heartbreak, strength in letting go, and the courage to redefine herself despite public narratives. At this point, no one really knows who was living the double life, her or John. But what's certain is that MC Lyte remains an icon whose story will always spark conversation.